we have to determine electric field at point C due to a dipole AB. The length of dipole is 2a and O is the center. That is, this distance is A, that is from A to O, the distance is small a, and from O to B, the distance is small a. Now, the electric field at point C will be due to the charges minus Q and plus Q. So, minus Q will be generating an electric field towards A, like this. And say the strength of the electric field is given by E1. So we can write E1 over here as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square plus A square. Because if you see this triangle AOC, AC is the hypotenuse, and if I use the Pythagoras theorem, AC would be equal to under root R square plus A square. Similarly, the electric field at point C due to charge at point P will be in this direction, that is, it is away from the plus Q charge, and this distance again will be equal to under root R square plus A square. And if I determine this electric field strength, say by E2, then E2 will also be equal to same 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square plus A square. Now the net electric field at point C, it will be due to the resultant of both these electric fields, that is E1 and E2. So the net electric field at point C will be equal to the vector sum of E1 and E2. So how do we find the vector sum of E1 and E2? For that, we resolve E1 and E2 vector in two components, that is into horizontal and two vertical components. Now if you look at this triangle AOC, let's say this angle is theta. So if I resolve E1 into two components, the horizontal component will be acting in this direction, and this horizontal component would be equal to E1 cos theta, because this angle will also be theta, and the vertical component will be in the downward direction, and this will be equal to E1 sin theta. Similarly, when I resolve E2 into components, the vertical component and into horizontal component. So the horizontal component would be E2 cos theta. Why would be E2 cos theta? Because if you look at this triangle again, this angle would be theta, and so as this angle. So the vertical component would be E2 sin theta. So if you see the vertical components that is E1 sin theta and E2 sin theta, now both these vectors would be equal and opposite in direction. As you can see, the magnitudes are same. See, the magnitudes of E1 and E2 both are same. So these vectors are equal in magnitude, but since their directions are opposite, so what will happen to these vectors? These vectors will cancel out. Okay, so the net result of E would be E1 cos theta plus E2 cos theta, which is nothing but 2E1 cos theta. And how we can write 2E1 cos theta? This can be written as 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square plus A square. Now this value which I have written is nothing but the value of the magnitude of the E1. And for cos theta, if you look at this triangle AOC, it would be base upon hypotenuse. So the base is A and the hypotenuse is under root R square plus A square. So the net electric field at C will be equal to Q 2A upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square plus A square to the power 3 by 2. Okay, I just simplified this R square plus A square and under root R square plus A square over here. Now Q2A is what? Q2A, if you remember, is the value of the dipole moment. Q2A is the dipole moment. So the same expression for E can be written as P upon 4 pi epsilon naught R square plus A square to the power 3 by 2. And the direction of the electric field, the net direction of the electric field would obviously be in this direction, which is anti-parallel to that of P. The P is going, say, in the positive x direction, then the electric field E would be going in the negative x direction. Now, as a special case, the distance at which, that is this distance, at which we are basically measuring the electric field C, which is actually distance R from O. This R is usually very big as compared to the size of a dipole. This distance R is very big as compared to the size of the dipole. So what we do over here is, in this expression, we usually neglect the value of A square. So the net electric field E will become P upon 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. And if you plot a graph between E versus R, say here this is E and here you have R, then the graph which you will obtain, it would be like this.